Hey everybody! I know I'm a little late, but I'm here on time for our live, as I promised you. I just did my ballet, so I'm like, I'm in a scarf and stuff, but I'm here as promised. So tell me if this video was helpful today about what you don't remember and what video you want me to do tomorrow. Since right now I'm still talking into the void, nobody joined here. This is funny, like it begins and there is nobody, and then suddenly everybody joins and it goes, like all the people are starting to talk at the same time. I don't think I'm gonna do couch anymore, like sitting on the couch, because the phone is not very convenient. It flops around a lot. This is much better. So, show up. Oh, there's Jennifer. Hey, you guys. See, I promised I'll be here at 9. I'm a little late, like I'm about 7 minutes late, but at least we're keeping some kind of a time. So I'm here to hear, first of all, if the video today was helpful about what you don't remember. And of course, I'm speaking from the perspective of survival. You're right, I survived trauma, and so, it doesn't mean that you had trauma if you don't remember. And the second thing is, tell me what video you want me to make tomorrow. Like, ask questions, and usually we'll talk at night, and then you tell me kind of what bothers you, and it bubbles up, and then the question that gets asked the most, then I'll make a video about it. I just did my ballet, so I literally had no time to change. I'm in my ballet leotard. So was it helpful? That video? Talk to me about why you don't remember. Once again, it doesn't mean that some shit happened to you, childhood is fleeting and memory is fickle, and sometimes you just don't remember shit. But most of the time, if you live through some horrendous stuff, usually your brain blocks it out so you can kind of survive and not be bothered by that stuff, so you can go through your daily life, and enjoy it. Oh, hey, Moana, I hate it always. Like, if you're asking a question, tell us your name, where you're from. Can you talk more about it, please? You want me to talk more about, the writing, the journal. What do you want me to talk about more? Do you want to talk about more of why you don't remember? Do you want me to tell you my own experience? Because I don't remember most of my childhood, and I literally had to piece it together, like piece by piece by piece. I felt debilitated because I thought, it cannot be. Like, for example, my mom and my dad divorced when I was 4, and my dad was picking me up, like the parenting plan thing, right? It was back in Soviet Union. I don't think they had any parenting plans, but he would just come every other weekend or something, pick me up. I don't remember a single time, not a one, and I'm like, is that nuts or what? How did you remember? You said something about piecing it together. Oh, yeah, sure. Hello, hi, Annette. Yes, I remember. Actually, I forgot you were Annette, but now that I see you're gorgeous, everybody, look at the gorgeous hair Annette has going over the half of the face. I myself don't remember anything, mostly, hang on, because of what I used to smoke and what I do remember. Hey, Violet, see, so tell us where you're from, what your name is, and let me read your question. Hi, I did the thing about talking to my younger self, and it was really great reflection. Right on. Hey, Joanna. Hey, thank you. That is so fantastic. Like, guys, please tell me what works for you and what doesn't. Don't worry about it if it doesn't. Like, seriously, for everybody, it is really very individual. This worked for me. It doesn't mean it will work for you, but I'm just sharing it with you because doctors told me I was sick, but I proved them wrong. So hopefully it will work for you. Yep, my inner child saved my life. Hey, Violet from Canada. Yay, I love it. I love the name Violet. Hi, TikTok mom. Hi, TikTok kid. If you tell me who you are, what your name is, and, I'm totally adopting you. I wish you were my real mom. I am your real mom. You know what? I had to be my own real mom, and I'm not my own real mom, but I am my real mom. So I am totally your real mom. Actually, my kids tell me that I'm a great mom, so hopefully I broke the cycle of bullshit. Hold on, you have PTSD. Okay, oh, hey, Trina. I love that. Trina is an awesome name. So let me first talk about what Annette asked. I think Annette and Violet, how to remember how to piece it together, okay? So first of all, tell me if the video was helpful, the one I posted today. And second of all, tonight, tell me what video you want me to post tomorrow. Okay, that's kind of the rhythm we have going. All right, no problem. We excuse your English because hey, English is not my first language either, so you're fine. So how did I piece it together? Okay, so there was a myth in my family. Okay, I'll tell you one story. One story is when I was 8, or actually no, hold on. So here's how I remember it. Here's an episode of abuse I'll share with you. It used to be where it was difficult for me to share the story, but it was a family myth. Hey, Amelia from Alberta, Canada. Yo! Hey, welcome! We're talking about deep, dark shit, trauma, you know? So get ready, bring your pain. So when I was small, and I didn't remember, I'm gonna tell you the whole process, how I went through remembering, okay? So I was small, I don't know the age, and there's a myth in my family, and it was we were celebrating something. Again, I didn't remember what it was, but my family really liked these big get-togethers. You know, there's dinner, my grandmother cooked, my mom cooked, like, not my mom, my stepmother, because my parents were divorced, but like, there's all this food, you know, and in Russia, a lot of it is around food. And we had a game at a table, at a dinner table. Do you guys know the game Head, Body, and Legs? Or maybe it's called something different. So here's how the game is played. So you get a piece of paper, right? And then you tear it off. And then the first person draws a head, and then they fold the paper down. And then they pass it on to the next person at the table. And that person can't see the head, but they draw the torso, right? The body. Then they fold the paper down, and then they pass it on to the next person, and the next person draws the legs. And then you know, the last person unrolls it, shows it to everybody, and everybody laughs, right? That's the point of the game. So here's the myth that my family told me. This is just so you guys see how perverted it is when a child is sexually abused within the family and what people do to protect the abuser, because it's standard. Women protect the man who abuses the child because, you know, he's a power figure, and it is more important for them to protect the man than protect the child. I know it sounds fucked up, but it is. Trust me. Just bear with me. So it was my turn, and my turn was to have the bottom. So, you know, somebody else drew the top, somebody else drew the torso. My part was on the bottom. Well, guess what happened? When that unrolled, I need to apologize. Last time I was here, people requested to me, I declared, hey, you're fine. Don't need to apologize. You're cool. You're here. That's all that matters. So when I unrolled the paper, when my grandmother unrolled the paper, I drew man's legs and an erect penis, and it was dripping stuff. I mean, actually, I don't remember exactly what I drew, but that was the myth in the family. And guess what happened? I was punished. I was told I'm a promiscuous child. I'm terrible. My mother is terrible. My mother was not there, my biological mother. That my mother is a prostitute, or I have prostitute genes. I mean, I can't remember exactly what was told. What I'm telling you here is also not a specific memory, but here's what happened is for years, they would tell me this story, right? My grandmother, my stepmother, like it became the myth of the family. Oh yeah, Ksenia, she's like this weird, you know, promiscuous child. She drew that picture. It was not until I came to US. It was not until in my 30s I confronted my father. It was not until I had panic attacks. It was not until I actually remembered that it was he who sexually abused me. And back to your question, I think it was Violet or Annette who asked it. So here's how I started piecing it together. I, first of all, tried to pin down what happened. And I still don't remember, but I pinned it down to a date. So what I remembered, and this exercise I did today in the video, I remembered a slight of light at the door. Like I talked to my inner child and I was like, can you give me something? And she gave me that image. That's why it's important. I was like, what does the sun ray on the door have to do with anything, right? I kept asking, is there anything else? And then she gave me one more thing. And you know what that was? It was the cover of the bed. My stepmom and my father used to sleep on this bed in an apartment, and it had this like green cover, kind of like it was like velvet, but it was kind of really rough. Like I hated it, and it had like these flowers on it. I remembered it so vividly, like I just touched it yesterday. Like the sensation of me touching it, putting my hands down, you know, like on all fours. What does that suggest to you? I was standing on it on all fours, right? So I started going, oh my God. So I started digging more, and I found a photo. And I found a photo with my cousin, and it was off that day, and I remembered that it was May 9th. And in Russia, May 9th is celebrated as the World War Day, like the Victory Day, right? So I went and I looked at the calendar. I traced back the day that it happened when I was 8. So first I traced back the year, right? The possible year. And then looking at the picture, I traced back the age. I was 8. And guess what? That day was really sunny. I couldn't believe it. I remembered that sun ray on the door, and I remembered the bed where I was abused. It was covered with that blanket. I remembered the feeling of it under my hands. That is it. I do not remember exactly what he did to me. I can guess. I was hospitalized a couple times with bloody diarrhea. I mean, you can guess, right? What is it when you're 8? Do you have even a big enough a vagina opening for someone to rape you? Like what? Okay, I'm sorry. I had to tell you guys, warning, like triggering stuff. I hope it doesn't trigger anybody. But I just want to really share with you the real shit of how I pieced it together. So then I started thinking back, and I traced it back in my memory, in books. I've written books. It took me this many books. Look, this is my latest. Like, finally, after years, I realized it was like, oh, in the morning, before the party started, everybody left. My grandmother left to get groceries, and I was alone in an apartment with my dad, and that is when he must have done it. I must have seen his penis, and I tried to tell my family what he did to me. I drew a picture, and I got punished. And I was told that I was wrong, and so that was just one of the episodes. I have a bunch of those. I think he started when I was 5. I think because I really don't remember exactly. But I pieced that down piece by piece. Light on the door, covering of the bed, old photograph. I mean, I felt like a fucking detective, because when I tried to ask my parents, my mom gets really angry. She would not talk to me about any of it. And if I try to press, she goes, "You ruined my life. And this couldn't have happened, and why are you talking to me, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, really? I ruined your life? So it's a long story. My mom was severely abused by both her mom and dad. They beat her. Her dad raped her. Like, they beat her with the head on the floor until it was bloody. I mean, it was terrible. Again, if to believe her stories, because I just don't know. It's just like my whole family, my whole history is like this big fucked up horror show. So my mom would never tell me, and then my dad was like a stone face, because before I remembered it was him, I was like, there's something wrong with my body. Like, I feel something happened to me. Like, can you remember? Maybe I peed myself. Like, did somebody scare me? Like, what happened? He was like, no. Oh, you were such a happy child. And you know what else he always told me? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I was like, Dad, I don't remember a single time when you picked me up from my mom. Like, when did you pick me up? What did we do? Where did we go? He goes, I don't remember. If somebody tells you that, guys, it's a big fucking red flag, because an abuser reacts with no emotion to your abuse. That is not normal reaction. I should have known back then, but I didn't know. Because I'm used to being numb, right? I'm used to people normalizing it. And so there's your story. I hope it's answering your question. Was it Vivian? No, Annette. I think it was Annette. Annette and Vivian, or Vivian, right? Vivian, yeah. Does that answer your question? So that's just one episode, okay? Привет, девушка. There is much more. There is another story if you want. If it helps you guys, I can tell you. So when I was 5, this is another family myth, by the way, okay? This is how fucked up this is. I was told by my family that I was a weird child. They told me I was sick. They told me you didn't eat anything. Like, when I was 9 months old, I had to be given a blood transfusion because apparently I didn't eat. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, you didn't feed me to the point where I was dying from dystrophia. Like, I don't know what it's called in English. Dystrophia in Russian. And I'm like, is that normal? I mean, I'm a mom, right? And I'm like, a 9-month-old baby that is dying, that has to be brought to the hospital for blood transfusion? How fucked up is that? You know, or they tell me like this jokingly stuff like, we went to the party and we left you in the crib and we came back and you ate your own poop and you smeared it all over the walls. Ha ha ha. This is the shit that I grew up with. Everybody was laughing. It was a family myth. So anyway, back to another story. Yeah, malnutrition, I guess. Anemia. So basically, I was so thin that I was dying from, like, I had to be given blood. It was my father who gave me blood. And I'm like, well, of course. I mean, dude, did you did you feel like, you know, responsible or whatever? But again, so my father is a very respectable man. You know, he's a writer. He's back in Russia. Like, everybody thinks that I'm crazy, right? And then I have these stories. So another story, when I was 5, guess what my parents did? They shipped me off to this daycare, you know, to the one where you go for a whole week and you don't see your parents. They pick you up for the weekend. So they put me on a train. My father took me and they got me there. And I only remember one memory from it, where I was in this huge hall and all these kids were making fun of me. And then the myth, again, the myth of my family is when I came back, that I stopped talking, that I started peeing myself again, and I would dance around myself. That is not normal behavior, you know? And so what I pieced together, a whole longer story, is I think, and again, I think, because I don't remember for sure, but I think that's when my father, for the first time, abused me. And again, I don't know what he did it with. I only know that he did penetrate me, you know, maybe it was his fingers. I don't know. I still don't remember. By the way, you don't have to remember, because every time I try to go there, I fucking freak out. My body freaks out and I go into a panic attack so severe that I can't breathe. So stop trying. So yeah, I'm speaking about all this so calmly because I've been normalizing it for many, many years. And I also, like, that's what we do. If you find someone talking about shit happening to them with such calm like I am, that's a sign that it's a true survivor. You actually know that they're not fucking imagining it, because of this suppression, of this detachment. I'm telling you this right now, I'm detaching from my body, right? So I'm only telling you this, not to feel sorry, not to like freak out or anything. I'm sharing it with those of you who are asking me a question. Why the fuck you don't remember how to piece it together? Are you crazy or not? And like how to cope. This is how I did it. I thought I was nuts. Honestly, when you're in this state, you're like, am I crazy? Like, seriously, you really doubt your sanity. So how did I heal from it? This, writing books. For 10 years I hid from people. Anyway, let me tell you. So when I was 5, I think my father took me on the train to the daycare, and because my mom and my dad got together again. So they divorced when they were 4, then they got together again, they had sex, she got pregnant, and then they hated each other, but they had this like incredible chemistry apparently with sex. I mean, I don't know. She was 18, he was 35. He abused her, like he was kind of like a sex maniac, always wanted to have sex constantly. So she got pregnant, and then she made an abortion, and she taunted him with that. She said, you know, you got a kid and I killed him. So he turned around and took it out on me. It's a trigger. If you actually watch any crime shows or whatever, there's something that always triggers the man. Hold on, let me scroll back. Do you believe in hypnosis? You know what? I tried hypnosis, but I'm one of those abuse survivors we can't be hypnotized. Like I freak out because I have to have control of my body. I tried hypnosis. I can't be hypnotized. I have a question. Hold on. Katerina, I have a question. Are your parents alive? And if yes, what's your relationship with them now? Yeah, they're both alive. I guess I did not expect my birthday video to go so crazy. It's been now 500,000 views almost. Because I just turned 45 last week, and I woke up in the morning. It was a Saturday. And I was just like, I'm gonna talk about it. Like, I really wish that both of them called me. They're both alive. They're both in Russia, back in Russia. And my dad, I haven't spoken to him since I confronted him over the phone, since he admitted to abusing me. I'll never forget that conversation. He basically hung up on me. He said, have a good life, and hung up. Because I called him up. I'm like, hey, Dad, it's me. He goes, yeah. I'm like, I remember how I asked you constantly if something happened to me when I was a kid. Well, I remembered. He goes, yeah. I'm like, well, it was you. You violated me sexually. Like, it was you. He goes, yeah. And I was like, in that moment, everything just like dropped in my body. I was like, how could you? And he said, have a good life. hung up the phone. So I haven't talked to him since. He's back in Russia, I know, through the grapevine of the relatives. My mom, God, I wish she's really kind of living below poverty level right now. I sometimes feel like an awful, selfish fucking bitch, like the worst daughter there ever is, because I can't help her financially right now. I'm not financially stable myself because I'm starting my startup. So I was making a little bit of money as a writer, and then now I'm not making anything. I'm not paying myself because put all of my savings, everything I had, I just dunked into my startup, and I can't pay myself salary yet because we're not making enough revenue yet. That's the Emberville.com in my profile that you see. My startup is about helping guys like you, people like you, to get rid of your trauma through writing, to heal yourself, just kind of like what I did. So I can't, I could go dig into my credit card, right? Send her $100, $200, but it's like a black hole. That's the only reason why she calls, is like, can you send me money? I'm like this rich American here. At least that's how it's seen from Russia. Any of you here immigrants, you'll relate to me, right? It's like, oh, well, you made it. Well, you're having it good. She's telling me, well, you're having it good better than me. And you should, children should help parents. Like, she'll get angry at me. I'm like, fuck you, So I would cut her off for a few months. Then I'd call her again when she calms down, because I do miss her. But I cannot talk to her about anything. Like, the only reason I can call her, if I'll tell her, hey, Mom, I have like $300 I can send you, something like that. Otherwise, I don't. She might say something that it just knocks me off my feet. Like, actually, after that posted that video, you remember that I said, hey, I wish my mom and dad called me. So she's on WhatsApp because a few years ago I bought her a phone. I sent them money to Russia because she didn't even have a cell phone. So she installed the WhatsApp, and she sent me this nasty message in there. And then all of a sudden, 2 days after this video, she says, oh, I went to the hospital where you were born, and I had these memories, and happy birthday. And I just nearly had a fit, you guys, because I was like, oh my God. Was it something because I posted a video here, like talking to the universe, that she heard it? She wished me happy birthday. So I was just absolutely floored, because it was like, wow, she didn't ask me for money. She wished me happy birthday. And I love my mom. I love my dad. And just the fact that you love your people who abused you doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship with them. I probably never will. And she even talks to me kind of officially. Do you guys have that? Like, there's this detachment, like I'm this strange entity, like I'm not even her daughter. And you know what? I have totally neglected reading your comments. I also felt pity. My father sexually abused me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This shit sucks. So let's stop it by talking about it. My abuse stopped after I hit puberty. Same here. Oh my God, gray matter matters. What is your name? My dad stopped when I turned 13 because I got my period and I got, bigger and stronger. And the funny family myth is they tell me, oh, at 13 you blossomed. My stepmom said, and I was like, no shit. Do you know why? Do you want to know why? But no, she doesn't want to talk to me about it. Every time I go to Russia, I meet with her. She wants to talk about art. If I just try, it's like a wall. I cannot talk to any of them. You know why? I'll explain to you why. They're protecting their way of life. If they believe that means my mom lived with a monster, my stepmom lived with a monster, because both of them were married to him. So my mom was married to my dad for 4 years, my stepmom for 15 years. And I have a really close relationship with her. She was actually more of a mom to me than my actual mom. So if she believes, her entire life crumbles. Do you get that? This is why women in families protect the man who's an abuser. It is rarely that the woman is an abuser, but that happens too. Mothers abuse their children sexually, boys and little girls. But most prevalently at the moment, it is males, men. And so if you see that dynamic in your family, don't freak out. As fucked up as it is normal, like normal. You know what I mean? It's typical. Not normal, but it's typical for an abusive family. I'm sorry your parents treated you that way. How did you trust people later in life? That's a really great question. I did not. I was married twice, divorced twice. My boyfriend right now, we've been together for 10 years. We're still not married because everybody's telling us, hey guys, you should get married. We have like this knee-jerk reaction. He's also a sexual abuse survivor. He was raped twice. He tried to kill himself. His parents only found out lately, you know, only one time they knew about, the second they didn't. Men don't talk about this stuff. And so he gets me. But we don't want to get married because we're so scared of like having any ties. It took us a long time to trust each other. The only reason I could trust him is because he got me. Like, he wasn't like this guy of like, okay, let's go to bed and have sex, you know? It would be me actually. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of feeling horny, you know, let's do it. And he's like, don't touch, like, he would react the way I would react. And then for the first time, I'm with a man who gets me, or he reacts in the same way, you know? So I'm just like, holy shit. So I got lucky. But I can also tell you that I tried to run away from him 3 times. To those of you who pick partners based on your abusers, right here. He was so far away from my father that he would give me love. Guess what I did? I was like, what's your hidden agenda? And I tried to run away. Like, I pushed him back. He was just wiser and patient. He kind of set me out. But I literally tried to break it because I did not believe that I was worth it. So I wish I could give you a better answer about trust. Baby steps, like it will take someone who really, really loves you. Let me scroll back up. Cohabiting and not marrying is okay. Yeah, totally. But they believed me. Yeah, you know what? You're so lucky. My entire family is back in Russia and they all turned away from me. All of them. There's only a couple cousins that are still talking to me. And they just like, they cut me off. Like I'm, you know, whatever. I'm the monster. My mother sexually abused me, but my grandfather abuse trickles down. I am so sorry. Yes, it does. It goes on for generations in families. Like, it is fucked up. And if you can, make a stop. You talk with so much wisdom. Bless your heart. I hope so. You know, but, you know, I can tell you more stories. I think that this is better when we go live and I can share stories. Because I know a bunch of you asked me to make videos on, you know, on what happened to me, how I overcame it. Hang on. Do you share what happened to you? Yeah, I just did. I'm so glad you found each other. I'm having a hard time finding trustworthy people. But you know what? Here's the thing. I would not have been able to be with this man if I did not do this work. Because I would not even consider dating him. You know what I mean? Like, it would not be on my radar. So it really starts in here. And the only reason I was able to do this is because I began writing this shit out and sharing it. I feel like there's 2 types of abusers, aware and unaware. You know, so for an abuser to abuse is also a trigger. It's traumatic. I know this sounds weird, but just for a second, bear with me. For an abuser to abuse you is traumatic. They also block it from their memory. Why? Because they relieve the abuse that happened to them. Usually, whatever age you are, you reminded them of that age. You become the trigger. So they do it, but they really want to forget about it. Does it make sense? You know, I've just read so many psychology books about it. That's where I picked it up. But do you have children? Do you speak to them about these things? Yep. My kids are grown. I was a teen mom. I ran away from home when I was 17, got pregnant, which is, again, typical sexual abuse survivors because, you know, we're just like, here's my body, fuck it, you know. So my daughter is 26 and my son is 17. So my daughter is already out of the house with her life. My son is still with me, but he's turning 18 this summer. So I'm pretty much done with kids. I've never had kind of like a childhood and I never had like the crazy 20s, you know, so I'm just now beginning to do all the things for me. I'm now hoping that I can do stuff like when I'm in my 20s, you know, like travel and do stuff. And most abusers have been abused themselves. Yep. It just, you know what, we're in the middle of a mental health epidemic. Like, really, so much of this has been just brushed under the rug. It's like, oh yeah, let's not talk about it. Like, it doesn't happen. It does happen. It happens behind closed doors in most families. I mean, some of it is mild, but some of it is pretty terrific and nobody talks about it. Did having children heal you? Yeah, that's a really good question. You know, my daughter, I think, saved my life in many ways, because when she was born, I was 18. I had no fucking clue what to do with the baby. I was a kid, okay? 18, right? So she just made me grow up really fast. And I pledged when she was born that I will never, never ever be like my mom. So I spoiled her. I probably did like too much good, but I did not care. I really, really didn't want her to live through what I've lived through. And you know what? It turns out really great. We have a fantastic relationship. I love her to death. People take us for sisters when we're on the street because, you know, I look pretty young for my age, and she's in her 20s. So yeah. So Starry Yan, sorry, what is your name? I forgot. When I was 5 years old, my neighbor abused me for years. I'm sorry. Yeah, that happens. And it's like, it's usually people close to you, either in your family or it's people who know you. So neighbors, people in your school, your PE teachers, somebody at church. It's like it's somebody where you go to every day, and those people can gain your trust as a child, and that's what they do to you. I can tell you more stories, but I kind of want to shift the conversation to what do you guys want me to make the video about tomorrow? Because I know last night we talked about, I'm sorry you have to still see your abuser. My God, that is terrible. I don't know how you cope. How do you not feel rejected by being cut off from your family? I did. It was 10 years ago when it happened. So you're looking at me right now after I healed, but I was suicidal for 2 years. I wanted to kill myself. That's how I felt, because there was no reason to continue living. Yeah, I'm glad too. So anyway, so tell me, last night when we had a live video, you told me, well, a lot of you were telling me about like, why don't I remember? So I made a video this morning. So tonight, the whole idea is to talk about tomorrow. What do you guys want me to make a video about tomorrow? Tell me what's the most pressing thing, like what would be the most useful video for you, and I'll share that. Alma E. Romo says, how is the relationship with your body after realizing you were abused? Have you faced dysphoria? I actually have no idea what dysphoria is. Can you explain? I exist. I want to live. Where can I start? Right here. What time do you come on your live? Do I take any medication? I used to. I was on ADD meds, ADHD meds, PTSD meds, insomnia meds. I had interstitial cystitis. I had like all kinds of fucking meds. I'm med free. I sleep like a baby. I'm like so healthy. I'm healthier now than I was 10 years ago. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Somebody said, what did you say? What time? Oh, what time do I go? So every morning I post a new video at around 8:30-ish, 9, something like that, Pacific time. I'm in Seattle. So then I go on live in the morning from 9:30 till 10 a.m. Again, approximately. If something gets fucked up in the morning, then I might jump at 11 a.m. later. And then at night, I go on at this time. So between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Pacific time, roughly. Today I joined, I think it was like 9:07. Don't hold me to that because life interferes. I might not do it, but I'm going to do live twice a day. You can count on that. So if I'm not there at the regular time, keep checking. I'll get on. How do you stop the cycle of generational trauma? How do you overcome the fear of furthering it? You know, you just do the best you can. I mean, the best thing you can do is work on yourself. If you find where your root of trauma is, you will be less likely to pass it on to your children. That's what I'm trying to learn. Yep. Do you feel like you're emotionally stuck when the trauma happened? They say you get stuck. Yeah, I was stuck for a long time. How come abusers end up together? Both my parents were abused and turned into abusers. You know what? That's like a golden question. Why some of us who are abused turn into abusers and why some of us don't. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't turn into a monster. Dysphoria is extreme poor body esteem image. Yeah, okay. All right, maybe that's what we should talk about tomorrow. You guys want to make me to make a video of it. So I had an absolute terrible, you're beautiful and glowing. Yes, sure, go ahead and ask. But the beauty and the glow, everything you guys see, you should have seen me 10 years ago. Like this is all the work together. This is what happens when you heal this noggin right here, right? Your body heals. You literally look younger. Like I look younger now than I looked 10 years ago. Yeah, totally. Come here, Shimi. What am I trying to learn is how to get past my trauma and heal. So, okay. you can write this into a fictional story. That is the key, and that's why I started my startup. It's called Emberville.com. So if you go follow my other account, visit Emberville here on TikTok. It's in my profile. Once we hit the thousand followers in there, because this is just a company account, so it's kind of boring. It's also me as a talking head, but I'm gonna lead classes. So right now I'm leading classes at Emberville.com. If you want to, and a bunch of you actually already joined us, thank you so much. You can come in. Should I see a therapist? So I'll explain to you what we do. You know how like a professional therapist helps you? So let me give you an analogy. You know, like Airbnb, you all heard of Airbnb, right? So you're not a professional like hotel owner, right? But you own a house and you can kind of make money on the side. Like you can let people rent it. So this is what we do is like there's professional therapists, but my company, my startup is, you're not a therapist, but you've been through some shit, right? And you helped yourself and you got over it. So you come in and you help other people. You literally come in and you lead a class. Like I'm leading classes. We call them circles of about 10 people. You can come in and you can lead a class, or we call them circles, you know, where you share what happened to you through a fictional story. That's the icebreaker. That's the safety, because you don't have to tell people exactly what happened, but if you want to, you open up. So that's what my startup is about. I hope that answered your question. So I mean, we are helping people already right now. We only have 40 people as of today in our community. So if you can, please join. If you want to, don't tell anybody. I'll give you a discount. Just go follow me on Instagram, send me a private message and tell me, hey, I saw you on TikTok on live. Give me the discount. I'll give you like a discount into the monthly classes subscription. So we'll drop the price. We don't have any free accounts because we're super safe. Troll free, like, you know, super safe. But go talk to me. Just tell me you're my TikTok and I'll let you in. But again, let's get back to what we have. Only about 15 minutes left because I'm gonna crash after this, go to bed. What do you guys want me to make the video about tomorrow? I see the numbers are dropping off. There's been over 50 of you and now there's only about 37. So do you want me to talk about body image, or what is it that I struggled with my body, or what do you want for me to make a video about? And was it helpful, the video today, was it helpful about how to piece together your memory if you don't remember? How to protect our children from abuse, or how we know that the child gets abused, how to heal self-image, self-esteem, self-expression. Okay, body image. Okay, body image. Is everybody voting body image? Okay, hold on. So how do we recognize a child is being abused? Okay, hang on. So body image, let me write this down. Body image, self-acceptance, how to recognize an abused child. I can tell you that an abused child is completely emotionless. If you see a kid who's not reacting to anything, something is happening to that kid. How to stop caring about other people, what they think, or so. Oh, how to not give a fuck? I'll do a video on that, but not tomorrow. I think body image is tomorrow. How to not give a fuck. Hang on, and I have my other, hold on you guys. I think I made a list before. What the fuck did I do with that list? Oh, here. I made a list. So, hold on. You asked me to do a video on jealousy, how to forgive, how to be your own parent, how to trust people again. Let's see, what else? Why you should never explain when you fight. How to not feel guilty. This is what you asked me before. If any of this makes sense, tell me. But if you want to do body image, I'll think of the body image. Hold on, I would like to learn how to read my face and my voice of shame, told I was stupid and shut up. I'm sorry, fuck those people who told you you're stupid and to shut up. You're not stupid. And you, please keep talking. Like, flood us with your comments and your story here. We'll all read it and we'll tell you you're amazing and you're super smart and those people are assholes. Okay, so, hang on. Yeah, the kid is very quiet, doesn't move. Yep, that's a red flag. How to be positive? I've been trying to heal from my ED since what is ED? I know you guys are using some of the terms I'm not familiar. First of all, I'm not American, so, you know, maybe some of the stuff I don't know. But can you talk to me? It seems like body image is a big one, yeah? So talk to me more specifically about what body image. What do you want me to tell you? How I overcame what? How to help my little sister through emotional abuse of living with my mother and the guilt. Okay. Go watch my video where I tell you put your mask of oxygen on yourself first. You first help yourself. I know you love your sister, but until you help yourself, you really cannot help other people, because it's like chopping off your arm, which you can't really do to yourself. I was bullied by the women in my family for the way I looked. I'm sorry. Do you know if there is any relationship between body awareness and abuse? Yes, absolutely. They would have private abusive conversations. Shit. Yeah, so again, guys, talk to me, since we decided that I'm gonna do a video for you on body image tomorrow. Do you mean like what exactly about the body image? How to make it better, or how you're... I'm trying to think of how to stop emotionally abusing yourself. Okay, hang on. Or how to stop abusing your body. How to stop... Write it to me in a sentence, how to. Can you all please write about body image, but write it how to, and then include body image. Like, what do you want to know? How to stop abusing your body. I became insecure about the way I looked. Yeah, I had the same. Heal the body or mind first. How to accept our imperfections. How to learn how to love yourself. How to love your body. How to love your body. But body image itself, like if you use body image as a phrase, how to engage in self-compassion for healthier. Oh, okay. How to have a healthier... How to develop a healthier body image. Something like that. How to change... Hold on. How to change your self-concept. How to give myself permission to be beautiful and fit and lean. So how to connect with... Okay. How to... I'm trying to come up with like one sentence that really encapsulates everything you said, and I'll sleep on it. My brain will come up with something, because I'm usually not aware of my body movements and faces. Yeah, I was detached from my body too. So maybe poor body image and how to make it healthy. I don't know, it just sounds weird. I think they're saying how to not have a feeling of disgust or guilt after abuse. How I stop procrastinating. I don't know if you joined later, but what we're talking about is about me making a video tomorrow on body image, and I'm just asking you to write how to and include body image in it, or something about the body. What is your book called? I have written a bunch. This is my latest one that I just published. It's called Tube. This actually has the little girl drawing, that the story that I told you earlier. I have it here. The inner child, I have her here. So if you want to read how to split yourself into two people, the adult and the inner child, is this book. But I've written like, this is my 10th book, so this is a fun one. This is about a teenage girl, 13, being ADD, ADHD, neglected by parents. So like parental neglect, if you want. This is about teenage suicide. This is when I was 15, 16. I wanted to jump off a building. So it's about a girl who wants to commit suicide. She jumps off a bridge into the water, but she turns into a siren. And this one is about me being a teenage mom. I ran away from home. So it's about a homeless girl who became a mom as a teen. So, I think body image encapsulates all those related factors. How to love yourself. How to love yourself. Okay, so how to love your body. Could that be a great title? Body image, how to love your body. You jumped off a balcony? Holy shit. Are you okay? Like, are you okay now? Empowerment to have my best body. I need permission. Wait, is this something like how to give your body permission? Anyway, we'll come up with it. I'll come up with it. Read my comment up there. Yeah, if I scrolled it back up, there's so many for me to go down. If I missed it, please type it again. How to change your body image from fucked up to the body that you love, right? Something like that. So, but to answer your question, actually, let me talk about it. So I hated my body. I'm actually pretty skinny, like, and I would put on this extra weight on purpose. Actually, sometimes we put on extra weight. You know how you struggle with like, I want to lose weight, but I keep eating. It's a protection layer. The fat that you have, it literally acts as protection. Like when I have, so my body is really straight. You see, like I don't have a lot of waist. I'm really athletic. So when I put extra weight, guess what? I look shapeless, you know, like literally like a square, you know. And so I did that to me for many years, because then I looked unattractive. Like I tried so much to make myself look ugly so that, you know, I would not invite predators. Oh yeah, hey, yeah, I'm from Russia. Hold on. So how to talk to myself through healing. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm getting it. Body image like acne, stretch marks, how to recognize your self-worth and love and accept yourself. Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't use the word body image, but more like how to love your body. How to begin loving your body. Is everybody in agreement? How to start loving your body. How to give yourself permission to love your body, right? Wow, you relate. Mindy, business.org. Yeah, I love you right back. I know if you relate to me, I'm sorry for the shit that happened to you. If I get fit, how to be kinder to, okay, yes. If I get fit and lean, I will face a lot of disapproval. How to get free? Oh my God, you guys, so I'm Russian. Guess what? The women in my family, my grandmothers, they would always like pinch my cheeks or my ass, and they would say, you're so skinny, you need to eat. No man will look at you, you know, like you need to have boobs, you need to have an ass. My dad did that to me because he sexualized me. Because I blocked out how he was sexually abusing me. He would grab my ass and he would say, what is that? You need to eat. Like no man will look at you if you don't have a butt. So fuck that. I mean, for a long time, I just took it in, and I would freeze and just, you know, because my body wasn't mine. I mean, practically my whole family had it, you know, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm wrong somehow. So I hated my body for a long time. It also spilled into sex. I hated having sex. First of all, because it was a trigger. I was really scared. But second of all, I hated seeing myself naked. I hated anybody seeing me naked. I also hated my hair. Hey, this is interesting. I cut my hair really short. Like, you see, this is actually long and cute, you know, like curls, like really girly. So I had this like really short pixie haircut. I cut it so short that it was almost shaved my head. And I on purpose put on weight. So I looked almost like a man in many ways, you know, like very masculine, to just shove all of these predators away from me, to just look as ugly as I can. So I would cut my hair short, and I hated the curls. I hated anything that made me look like a girl, like a cute girl, because I have curls, you know, like my hair is really naturally curly. So now that all of my hair is falling out, it's not as thick as it used to be, and I got gray hairs, for the first time in my life I have long hair. But fuck, for most of my life, when I had gorgeous hair before my kids, you know, I would cut it to nothing. So yeah, that sounds good. Like, how to stop hating your body. Does that sound right? How to stop hating and start loving your body. Something like that, right? Hey, I'm from Brazil, and here most people love to exercise, stay in shape, and I hate it. Yeah, you know, just the whole idea of the body image is so fucked up in society right now. Like, oh, you're too fat, or you're too skinny, or you're too short, or you're too tall, or you're too whatever. It's like, fuck you all. You know what? Be who you want to be, and show what you are, and love it. I hate it. I hate it that we're judged by the size. You know, if you feel great, who gives a fuck? That is your body, and you have the freedom to love it. But no, you're stared down like you're too big, or you're too thin, or you're too whatever. It's not fitting the image of whatever that is bullshit. So yeah, how to stop hating your body, or how to stop hating your body, how to start loving your body, how to start loving your body. Does that sound about right? You suffer from NDD, it's dyslexia. Yeah, I'm sorry. And you know what? Funny enough, I'm not on any pills. I still kind of do the squirrel, you know, like, woo, my brain is gone. But, I got another gift. Hey, I know what a gift now is. somebody told me it like converts to some points or something. I still haven't figured out what to do with that, but thank you. It looks cute, the little box with ribbons. Also, when parents put pressure on how you should look when you're young. Okay, I'll tell you a story. My mom is a fashion designer. I mean, she always struggled her entire life, but she made clothes for me. So this was really fucked up, okay? So she loved me when I was like a doll. She would dress me up in this clothes, and I was supposed to be silent, just standing there. She dressed me up, I was pretty, and that's all the love I got. Like, I think the last time I talked to her on the phone, I said, Mom, I love you. Because now I'm saying it a lot, and there was silence because she was so shocked that I told her that, and she couldn't even tell me back, I love you too. Like, it's so, like, it's such a new thing to her. So, okay, I've lost my train of thought. Fuck. You guys are seeing how my memory works in real time. I just forgot. What was it about dresses? What was it I wanted to tell you? Somebody asked something. Oh my God. I totally blanked out. About clothes. Okay. I've lost it. I completely lost it. What was it? It was, if somebody remembers, it was something about gifts. What was it like to talk to your friends about it who supported you? I've lost a lot of friends. A lot of people turned away from me. Oh, the dress she was dolling me up. Okay, so, yeah, but I wanted to make a point about that. I can't remember now. It will come back to me, hopefully. Your mom made you look like a boy. Yeah, it's, oh, I remember. Okay, my mom wanted me to make me a model. So this was a way out of Soviet Russia, right? I was supposed to be very pretty, and I was supposed to be married off to some French man or some Italian man or somebody, some guy with money outside of Russia, right? So I was supposed to be really skinny, and I was supposed to be a model. But the thing is, like, even though I'm skinny at the top, my butt is like, you know, like, I mean, it's wider than the typical model, no ass kind of a figure is. And my legs are short, I have like longer torso, so I don't fit the model prototype. And when I became a teenager, she basically was disgusted by it because I did not fit her standards of looking like a model. And that crushed me because I never thought something was wrong with my body until I was told, you know, and it was devastating because there was nothing wrong with my body. And then I started thinking I'm not skinny enough. And then my first husband too, he idolized like really skinny model kind of, you know, girls, and he would always tell me that my butt was too big. So I developed this complex. Like I was so self-conscious of my butt that I just couldn't enjoy my body, you know. Yeah, you know what, yeah, we'll talk about body image. I mean, I'll come up with a good title, something like how to accept your body and start loving it, how to give yourself permission to accept your body, but also how to connect to your body. Because I disconnected, because you know, when you're a childhood sexual abuse survivor, you learn from an early age that your body does not belong to you, because your abuser takes that from you, right? They violate your boundaries. You never learn boundaries, so you never learn how to love your body because the only thing you know is violence. And so you become violent to your body. I was violent to my body for many, many years. Like, you know, like I would exercise myself to death, or I would like, if I've got a scrape, I would tear off the, you know, scab. Like I was literally violent to my body for many, many years. Hold on, somebody said something. My parents started telling me I couldn't wear jeans in 7th grade because it would make boys sick. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, that's just, I hate that. And I'm sorry that you had to live through it. These days, I saw your video about being your own parent. That message was very beautiful. Thank you. I was just talking about it today. How I had to learn to parent myself because I was grieving for many years. I was like, I really want my mom. You know, like when you don't have your parents, you want to come to a place where your mom and your dad, they feed you, like they tell you how is it. Like every time when I talk to my mom, she never asks me how I am. I cannot put a word in. She doesn't actually ask. So like, for example, this book, if you buy it, it's actually dedicated to my mom because it's from her story that I wrote it. And I translated it even into Russian because she doesn't know English. She doesn't know how to read in English. And I printed it out. My friend in Moscow printed it out, brought it to her, and she hasn't read it. So I don't expect her to ever read it, but which people could have helped you against this? What do you mean against what? You have a beautiful soul. Oh, thank you, Mindy. Oh, business. I hope that's your correct name, Mindy. Oh, guys, fuck, it's 10. I'm gonna start wrapping up. So for tomorrow, does it sound good? Like how to stop hating your body and start loving it, something like that. You know, I don't know if I want to include. So anyway, so something about the body, right? The body and the body image, something like that. Because the whole point tonight was to connect to you so that the videos that I'm posting are not just me shouting in the void, but actually being helpful to you. Sometimes I dream I'm loved unconditionally. Yep. Okay, I got a yes from Cake for breakfast. Any other weights? Okay, Anaxo. Please don't kill me, Anaxo56. Is your name Luli? No, it's not Luli. Luli is the booty. Oh my God, you're gonna shoot me. I can't remember your name. What's your other TikTok? It's Visit Emberville. If you go to my bio, it's in there. You can find it. And my startup is right there too. Thank you so much for sharing your time. Yeah, thank you for coming. Totally. Come to life. So again, every morning from about 9:30 to 10 a.m. Only half an hour because my mornings are crazy because I have my company meeting and like, you know, running a startup is fucking taking away so much time. But at night, like right now, is a little, I'm more relaxed. Right after my ballet class, I'm still in my ballet leotard. I had no time to change. I'm gonna come here and I'll talk to you. The idea is in the evening, we talk about what video you want me to make the next morning. Then the next morning, I make the video. If you wanna catch me on live, right after I post the video, the new video, that is usually in about half an hour or so after that, I'll go live. Thank you for being here, Violet. Seriously, you inspire me to keep going. In other words, you're saying which people could have helped to hate your body less? Oh, that is a really... Okay, this is awesome. So if you have more ideas, I figured out here when you say Q&A, I can't actually answer it unless I answer it with the video. So if I don't have time to answer with the video, it kind of gets unanswered. So send me a message here. I enabled it so you can send me a direct message here, or go follow on my Instagram. On my Instagram, I post these same videos, but I also post it with a longer text explanation if you want to read more what I mean, like the video itself plus like a little essay, like a little story that goes with it. And I also post quotes and images. So in there, you can follow me, send me a direct message, you know, to ask more or tell me more about your body image story. So then for tomorrow morning, I can hopefully make a video that helps you. In any case, please take care of yourself. So I want to leave you with this. You are the most important person in your life. You are, not your parents, not people around you. Seriously, you are. It is not selfish to take care of yourself, to love yourself. If you can, talk to your inner child. Hug them before bedtime. Literally sit down and go, I'm gonna hug you and hold you. And, you know, just I don't know, just try to love that kid inside of you, no matter what you went through. Okay? And I'll see you tomorrow, you guys. Good night. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you.